Joining the 2-for-1 Drafts podcast is none other than Miami's Gregory Rousseau. Recently made the decision to opt out of the 2020 college football season, prepare for the 2021 NFL Draft. One of the best edge defenders in this class, PFF's top edge defender entering the 2021 NFL Draft. Greg, it's great to have you on. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. You talked a little bit before we jumped on training in Exos there in Florida, getting ready for this draft. I think, elephant in the room, let's talk about this decision. Talk to us about what all went into this decision. Obviously, after your redshirt freshman season at Miami, Florida, opting out of this upcoming year due to, obviously, COVID concerns and wanting to prepare for the 2021 NFL Draft. Talk to us about what all went into that decision.
It was really just a decision that me and my family made. We sat down, we talked about it. We thought it through, looked at the pros and cons. My mom is like a COVID nurse, so for me to be able to just take her out of that situation and just help her out and tell her she doesn't have to work no more. Like, I couldn't live with myself if I had that choice and if I had the opportunity and I didn't take it. So I just took the opportunity. But it was really hard to leave my team because I love those dudes. I love the whole coaching staff. Diaz is a great guy. But yeah, that's about what went into my decision. And now I'm just ready for a new challenge, just trying to be the best me come April and go as high as possible in the draft.
You're obviously probably still keep in touch with your teammates. What are their thoughts about this upcoming season in terms of the uncertainty about what's going into it this year?
I feel like the way they're looking at it is like they know it's a blessing to have the opportunity to play season with everything going on. And like, as you guys know, of course, conferences have already canceled, like the Pac-12 and stuff. So they're just taking it day by day and not taking it for granted at all. And they're working real hard. And I feel like if they do play season, I feel like they're going to win a lot of games for sure. Because we got a squad definitely in Miami.
A player I wanted to bring up was Quincy Rochet, or Quincy Roche, the Temple transfer to Miami. I'm sure you were, obviously, before all of this went down, super excited to team up with him on the edges there at Miami and really become a dynamic duo in the ACC. How much have you talked to him since you made that decision, and what are your expectations for him going from Temple, the American Conference, to the ACC?
I've been talking to him. Some we still play Madden and stuff, and we just joke around with each other. That's my boy, so we still got a good relationship. And I feel like he's gonna dominate the ACC because we had a couple of days of practice, and he didn't look like a dude who's like was playing in the Power 5 a year ago. I mean, in group of 5 conference a year ago, like he looked like a Power 5 dude, like a dominant DN in the ACC. He was looking like me and Jalen Phillips out there. We're all looking great in the spring. So I know he's going to just carry that into the fall. I feel like he's going to have a great season for sure. Like he's a technician, man. It's really fun to watch him work. And even in a couple of days of spring practice and over the summer, I learned so much from him just with like little things like hand placement and just being more detailed. And he even taught me some drills. He's been huge for me, honestly, in just a few months.
Who's the better Madden player? I feel like that we got to know that.
I mean, it's close.
I think that means it's Quincy. He hesitated.
No. I'm better, but if he has Lamar Jackson, he's probably going to beat me, though. Because he's from Baltimore, so he picks the Ravens sometimes, and they're pretty unstoppable with the quarterback scramble and the option and the throwing game because they have AJ. They have that fast receiver from down here.
Mm-hmm. Hollywood.
Brown. Yeah.
So last year I heard from Daniel Jeremiah that you were in the 240s playing. You were 247 apparently. He said you gained 20 pounds over the course of the offseason. Where do you see yourself 3 years from now in the NFL? How much you weigh in? What kind of defensive end are you?
That's a really good question, bro. Honestly, I feel like for like the pre-draft process, I'm not going to gain too much weight. I'll probably show up at the combine maybe like 265 or something just to keep my versatility because I feel like I could drop back if I wanted to and I could play inside. Because I played inside at like 247 last year. So I definitely feel like I could play inside at 265. And then I guess like it'll just go by like what that team does. If they want me as a 3-4 like backer type dude, maybe I'll like lose like 5 pounds. Or if they want me to be a true 4-3 DN, maybe I'll gain another like 5-10 pounds of muscle. So I feel like it's just gonna go by that. But I know that like when I show up at the combine, I'm gonna show up with my versatility, and not gain too much weight or anything like that. Yeah, at least.
I'm glad you brought up your versatility because at PFF we look at snap alignments a ton, where people play and the effectiveness at each position. You played up and down that Miami defensive line this past year. You played some nose tackle, true defensive tackle, penetrator there, and also along the edge. What do you think your ideal role is at the next level? Do you want to maintain that versatility, move up and down the line of scrimmage, or do you want to kind of strengthen your ability at a specific position?
I do want to strengthen my ability at D a little bit more and get some more true rushes on third down. But honestly, I'll play wherever a team wants me to play. I'm very comfortable playing in the nose. I love playing the 3-tech. It's so much fun. I can really play any position on D-line, like you just said, So just being able to add that versatility to a team is great. And maybe I might not play only one, but I'm gonna strengthen every single aspect, every single position during this offseason while I'm practicing,
So you mentioned you love playing three, the 3 technique, and I have to imagine that's because you're playing against some big boys, some guys that don't have that lateral agility. You turn on the tape against Florida State, they end up benching a guard in that game because you were dominating on the interior. I'm sure that is probably a primary reason why it is so fun. You're playing against guys that need to stay in a phone booth and struggle to move laterally.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, as you guys know, the tackles are usually more athletic than the guards and centers. And then while you're at 3-tech, you're a man closer to the quarterback. If the end gets upfield and gets a good speed rush, you have the whole entire edge to work, and you're only you're way closer than the defensive end is. So I feel like it's a good opportunity to make plays, and it's it just gets you in a one-on-one situation a lot of times with that guard. So I really love the 3-tech, but I love DN. I love DN as well, and I'll play any position the team wants me to play for sure.
So it's third down. You got to get to the quarterback. What's your go-to move? What's the move you're going to deploy to get yourself a sack?
Let me think. If it's a scrambler, I'll probably go speed to power if it's a scrambling quarterback. Mm-hmm. And if it's somebody who just sits in the pocket a lot, I might do the double swipe, or I might take 2 steps up and give them just a little hezzy, and then just do a little club rip, or I might just do scissors. One of those, yeah.
So talk to me more about kind of your pre-snap pass rush plan. You talk to NFL and NCAA pass rushers. They always talk about what they're thinking pre-snap, setting up certain moves and so forth. What is going through your head on a given passing down that you're trying to set up or execute from a pass rushing perspective?
Well, for me, first, I look at the down and distance. If it's obvious, if it's first, second down, I look at the tackle's foot, because a lot of tackles give it away with their kick, whether the kick's if their foot's way out, or if it's more facing you, it's probably a run. But a lot of tackles will give it up with that, and then when I'm about to get set, I'll start looking at the dude's eyes, see if he's looking at me, because a lot of times if they're blocking down on a 3-tech, they'll be looking inside and they'll turn their head back, but they'll still be looking inside, just looking at where they're going. So I'll look at his eyes, and then after that, I just pick a move, and then I try to pick a counter move in my head and see if the first one doesn't work, I go to the counter move. But if they short set me or anything like that, I just go straight off of just instincts, and just try to get them out my way.
So you're working out at Exos this fall. What are you trying to improve about your game? What are you working on and focusing on there in pre-draft here?
I'd say everything, honestly, because I got to simulate me playing the season. So I got to get better with a lot of my techniques, just hand placement and just being detailed to everything. I'm going to work on adding strength and explosion in my lower body. I'm going to add some good weight there. And
yeah.
what were you going to say?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm going to just be working out hard every day, and I'm going to be focused on adding size and strength in my lower body and getting more explosive.
What's interesting is obviously you opting out and preparing for the 2021 season. You have to find ways to improve your in-game skills more than just your athleticism, your explosiveness to prepare for the combine. What drills are you doing? Who are you working with specifically to add to your pass rushing tool belt, to add to what you can do in game and improve those skills that really can only be shown off in game situations or even practice?
I'm gonna be doing a lot of just simulated pass rushes, just pass sets with my coach. And I have a coach down here, and I have a coach at EXO, so I'll be working with both of them at times. And just, like you said, simulating the in-game experience and just beating somebody and going hard every single play is going to give me that feel like I'm still playing football. So that's what I'm going to do that.
Have you gotten any feedback from NFL evaluators or anyone in that regard about where you could be drafted, where they see you as a prospect right now?
Yeah. I've been hearing like first round and stuff, but obviously I want to maximize that. I want to go. I'm shooting for top 5, and I want to be the first defensive player taken off the board. So I'm gonna keep on working towards that goal, and I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm so hyped to see where I land come April.
So is there anything in terms of like you can do this fall? Because obviously you're not going to be playing football on a football field. NFL evaluators can't see you, but is there any other way you can say, hey, I'm improving this? Like, is there anything that you've talked about with, I don't know, maybe
send some
agent
videos?
Or,
I don't know. Like it's a
like
whole
that.
different world now. You could do a ton of different things.
Yeah, send some videos and just like you said, just take videos of me running through drills and preparing and just showing that I'm still working every single day. Like you just said, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Dude, I'm gonna need some of those videos, Greg. I'm not lying here. You got to send those PFF's way. Another thing I wanted to bring up, and then we'll probably let you go after this is, talking to some evaluators. A lot of them are making somewhat of a Jadeveon Clowney comparison. A guy that is super athletic, has all this explosiveness on these tools, that moves up and down the line of scrimmage and is used in a versatile role. Have you heard similar things, or what's your opinion of Clowney's game and playing a similar role as him in the NFL?
I'd love to do that. And, yeah, I've watched Clowney a bit on film. I like what he does. He is very versatile. And I also, I'm not as big as Calais Campbell, but I also like how Calais can play any position. So I watch him a lot too. But the Clowney comparison was great, and I can definitely see myself being like him when I get to the league.
Yeah, is there anyone that you watch film of to take things and say, hey, that move or how he uses his hands there, I want to be able to replicate that? Are there any guys in the NFL that you really admire in that regard?
I like watching Brian Burns from Florida State because he just moves so well. And he's so twitchy, and he always has a plan. So I like watching Brian Burns a lot, and I like watching Calais Campbell a lot for my inside moves, because he reminds me of myself. He's a tall, long body. He went to Miami, of course, y'all know. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, I like watching Calais for when I'm looking at inside stuff, and I also like watching Aaron Donald too because he's so swift in there. Even though we're like completely different players, like the opposite. It's
pretty
really
much,
fun
yeah.
to watch somebody. It's really fun to watch somebody that skilled.
I mean, with Calais Campbell, that's a big boy, man. That guy's over 300 pounds. You trying to get into that weight? We talked to Calais Campbell on the podcast recently. He said after he retires, he just needs to lose enough weight to be allowed to go skydiving. Apparently, you need to be like under 220 or something. Are you going to try and push 3 bills like Calais Campbell?
I mean, maybe, man. I kind of like the way I look now, but I
got to keep those abs.
If the team I go to wants me to play inside, yeah, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Campbell was saying too that like early in his career to put on that weight, he had to eat a ton, like wake up in the middle of the night and eat and all that stuff. But he says as he gets older, you have the beers in the off season, you get the buffets going. It's a lot easier to keep on that 300. So I'd be careful there. Greg, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on. I wish you the best of luck moving forward. I'd say good luck on this season, but obviously preparing for the 2021 NFL draft. I wish you the best of luck there. We need those videos, man. Got to see how you're progressing. We're excited about your talents.
Got you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate that.
Of course, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.